you get enough love, my little dove? Why do you cry?
Hello everyone, my name is Musyarifah Khoirunnissa with student number 202111127. I am a student in University State of Yogyakarta and I am currently studying English literature. So today I would like to show you my analysis of the literary devices consists in Marriane Moore's poem entitled Marriage. But first of all, let me get to know you to the author, Marriane Moore. Marriane Moore, who is known best for her poetry Marriage, is an American literature poet who was born near the St. Louis, Missouri on November 15 in the year of 1887. Marriane Moore tended to write a poem about moral and intellectual from a close observation. So, what is it about? This story is a retelling about the Adam and Eve story as a couple. In this poem, Moore gives critique about marriage in the eyes of the society and social life. The poem is about how marriage tends to have power relation, where the man is powerful and the woman shall to be the powerless one. She questions what is the urgency of getting married, since marriage itself is more like to be an enterprise, not a personal choice. Marriage is a modernism poem that was written in 1923 by Marriane Moore, which later becoming her greatest work and being learned even until now. Marriage is questioning why there is the need to public promise. Are witnesses really needed for such a personal commitment? She also pictured the fear of disinterestedness during marriage and power relation between men and women in marriage. Given to the fact that she is herself never married, the poem is pretty complicated to figure out where the inspiration comes from. For the tone used in this poem, I think Marriane Moore used ironic, stressful, and cynical tone. As the form and meter used in this poem, I think Marriane Moore used free verse. As for the setting, I think there is the differences or the multiple dimension of the setting, where the setting time used the more setting time in 20th century and the setting place used the Adam and Eve setting, which is the Garden of Eden. The narrator, protagonist, antagonist, and the point of view. In this poem, the narrator is Moore with pronoun I. Protagonist is Adam, pronoun he, and Eve as the antagonist using the pronoun she. The point of view used in this poem is first person or knowing. There are some literary devices used in this poem. The first one is hyperbole. Wife is a coffin, is what Adam said due to the refusal of Eve being buried. It clothes me with a shirt of fire, is Adam's response to the silence of nightingale. The second one is personification. It tears one to pieces, and each fresh wave of consciousness is poison, is what Adam responds when he sees the forbidden fruit. Another literary device used in this poem is metonymy. The wedding ring in this poem refers to the marriage and lifetime commitment, while the apple referring to the temptation to do sins or the desire. Poisoned apple talks about toxic relationship. Water is the mood of the marriage that sometimes can be calm and the other times raging. In a simile, other things used to represent the other things. A wife with hair like a shaving brush, the rising of heart as a boat rises with the rising of water. Anger, industrious waterfall, the speedy stream. A few metaphors used in this poem are this institution, Perhaps one should say enterprise, which means culture of marriage which becomes social duty and a need to keep the dignity. The whole thing about Adam's fire and Eve's water presented a lot about how contrast they are. It might be a good thing, but it also can be a disaster. There are some irony used in this poem. The fact that the marriage is here called as enterprise, not a personal matter, is irony. It is also ironic that when women wants to be alone, main solution is to be alone together. And it's also ironic because in this poetry, it seems that men have power while women need to obey them and do as they say. How patriarchy it is irony. To sum up, Moore intended to make her poetry looks realistic so people can really do it, and it does. The elements and literary devices used in the writing of this poem support and strengthen the poem to be not only aesthetically pleasing but also give a new understanding for the readers about marriage, that it cannot be only about flowers and rainbow but also storm and flood. It has succeeded to show how women tend to be disadvantaged in marriage and cannot have their own freedom. Thank you for your kind attention. See you next time.